Alright, welcome back all my great and glorious advisors. I am your Imperial Commander, Acidonian, and let's dig right back into this. So, up here we've got our huge satellite defense force. We have these guys building more? No, we don't. Interesting. We decided that was good enough right there. Don't have anything being built here either. I think it might be a good idea to get a couple of capital ships building up here. This thing is still gonna be building all that stuff. Oh well. That way, that's an absolutely ludicrous attack, or a defensive force right there, just pure capital ships. Definitely be vulnerable to fighters and stuff, but really anything that tries to come through here is going to be it's not going to have a good day. So we should be ready to send off the first of our satellite transports. Go ahead and tachyon sats. Tachyon sats. Defense sats. Alright, so no, we don't want the old ones. We want the new ones. I must have been going off of old specs or something. Oh well. Alright, so this one's loaded up. We're going to send it to the front now. Does indeed have a big old load of ships there. So why is it just sitting there? Kind of moving things up a little bit here and there, you know, not being in too big a hurry here. Don't want to get overly confident here, overconfident, you know. That can hurt you. Player 2 just burned through a turn there. Player 3 thinking about something. They fighting with player 4. Still. We'll have to go over and spank the monkeys. Spank the little bastards. They're acting up. Dewey Burns. Bairns. Whatever it is. wee bairns is acting up. The children, the kitty winkies. Ooh. We messed up their economy. Well, they kept pushing. I was happy to leave it as it was, as long as they were, you know, as long as it was more or less in equilibrium, evened out and everything. Well, now that they want to make us give them money. And they're going to go back to this bullshit. They apparently think that they're dangerous. Oh, we're going to do that, and we are going to... You are going to give us all of your technology. Yeah, that's what my demands will be. No. We are not giving them money. You will give us all of your technology. And if you don't accept, we're going to come and we're going to kill you. Because at the moment, you ain't got shit. You've only just been able to start making any headway into the ease territory, and looks like it might be a good time to go. Oh, what's this? A carrier, huh? Well, if they think they're going to really do anything to hurt us, they're sadly mistaken. Because quite honestly, although a lot of our stuff is up here is a bit outdated at the moment, we have a lot of it. Well, I guess we know more or less who our next target will be. What? Ooh, lost another one. Funny where that came from. Great, they've got a lot of mines on there. Damn. They have just piled that high, haven't they? They're actually eating through our victims. We're gonna have to build some more. Might be a good idea to improve our mine-sweeping technology. That's kind of ridiculous. Plowing through. I think we can afford to leave robotics on the back burner for a while and try to improve our mine sweeping capacity here. Let's see. Mines, where's the mines? Not down here? It's up here with the... Not here. Figures I looked right past it. I think we can improve on that. We don't really need this stuff anymore. No, I don't want to mess with that. Because I know they've been using null space shield weapons, or at least they were. This ought to be amusing. I wonder how they'll react to that little political message, like, "Oh, you're going to try and demand money from us." Well, no, honey, it ain't happening. You're going to give us everything that you're going to give us all your technology, or we're going to come stomp on you. That's just the way we roll. They're attacking our ally again. We'll have to see if we can get them to cool their tits. Because they're starting to piss me off. Intelligence capabilities. That has to be a monster of a minefield. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. Go through another turn and see what their response is. I'm betting it's not gonna be to agree to it. Then we're gonna have to start improving our victims. If you've gotta have victims, they might as well be good ones. Also, I did mention in one of the other videos that I'm starting, or that I'm working on a new game, and I have an outstanding, not necessarily bargain, but deal basically that anyone who plays one of my games to its completion, I will put in as either a PC character or a cameo appearance or something. We're going to demand did they share their, or did they give us their technology? Yeah, that'll do. They think they're strong. Actually, that and stop. Of that, send message. So they are definitely trying to push forward and be more aggressive. Alright, breaker niner. Then we actually can improve to the newest model. That'll take a little while to get done. How is this doing on getting all those? Well, just about finished. Actually need to some more. Kill a turn or two. Because we're gonna have to. We really need to improve those minesweepers, the victims. It's just that's getting really costly. Don't usually expect the AI to throw up minefields quite that big. That's flippin' huge. Oh well. We've got them on the back foot now for certain. They're basically at our mercy. but we don't want to get cocky. They could have a hell of a defense force built up behind there, and we just don't have any clue. We've been slowly but surely grinding them down, battering them to pieces on our defenses. Level 3 in mines, that's good. Radioactives has increased, that's good. Completely disrupted their intelligence against us. Goodity good good. I was actually trying to give them intelligence stuff which they asked for, and then they basically said, no, we'll just give you stuff. We don't want anything from you. Just ignore us. Precious. Alright, and how long will it be for the next level in the mine technology? Hopefully another 2 turns or so. 3. That didn't help. There we go. Well, these things aren't really going to do us any good. We need to improve the design, so let's just... Good grief, that is a huge minefield. That is insane. Boy, they were just hoping that we would send in just a huge-ass fleet, weren't they? I may not always make the best decisions, but I'm not stupid enough to send through ships completely blind. Do we have any more of the damn things? I don't think we do. Oh, yeah, we do. That's actually reaching almost amusing levels of just how many mines they piled up right there. Are they afraid of something? Apparently. Maybe we should start building some mines of our own again, now that we're increasing our mine technology. Go ahead and blow through a couple of turns and get up to level 4 on that, I think it'll be. Be able to put better minesweepers on our victims and possibly put up some better mines of our own. Because it looks like we're going to be heading into a conflict with the green ones before too much longer. That little fleet we were going to have as a defense force is going to have to start pulling some offensive duty. Question is, do we want to let the E get too powerful? Because ultimately this is a kill-em-all campaign. That's the... I'm pretty sure is the conditions I set it to. You have to win, that's the only way to win is by killing them all. So if we just let either one of those empires really get super powerful in that upper area, Bam, another one. Cool. So we can go in and get rid of the... Let's see... Climate control. Optimal conditions. This is just a beautiful planet now. This is the kind of planet that you want to retire to. It may be an industrial planet, but it's an absolutely beautiful place. Now, see, that's the kind of technology that I wish I was a multi-billionaire that I could invest in. Technology for terraforming and climate, control. Sci-fi stuff, maybe it's not actually possible to do it, but it would be so worth it if it was possible, you know? That's what I love about science fiction. Just the possibilities, and just the idea that you can say, no, I don't necessarily think that that's impossible. Even if it actually in our universe is impossible, maybe it's just that we don't know enough yet. Maybe it isn't actually impossible. Then again, maybe it is, you know. But again, the whole idea of just being able to dream things. Don't dream it, be it. Wise words from an odd but highly entertaining source. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Alright, so we have got 3 ships loaded up with satellites that we just need to get on point, and Breaker is healing up. Got this one pretty much ready to start manufacturing some new stuff. Let's see, what should we worry about here? We've got one of those building a Craft 57's Revenge. These will just get done in 4 turns each. That's absolutely nuts. But that's cool. I like it. Should have quite a bit of this stuff done. This stuff will all be done pretty soon. This should be well on its way to where it's getting done. It's going to be done next turn. We want that ship. We want to see it. We want to feel it. We want to send it out to meet people and communicate with them in a definitive and meaningful manner. I hate being poor. I know, random thought. But I do. There's oh so very many reasons I hate it. It's not even that I really care all that much about money. It's just that all the things that I want to do require money. It's like money is this obstacle that prevents me from doing things and thinking about things, and it's just a source of stress. That's all it is. That's what I really want money for. Just because I'm sick of all the fucking stress. Okay, that's just nicey nice message. They didn't even reply to us, it looks like. So we've got another level of temporal weaponry. That's cool. And we've got another level of mines. And we'll have another one in 3 turns. Level 4, I mean, we've popped up 2 turns right quick. I think what I'm going to do, this will be just a longer episode, and I'm just going to blow through some turns to go ahead and get up to that level 5. You know, we don't need to push too far, it's just I would like that little bit of extra. So when we build a new fleet of victims to send through that warp point and try and bust through that minefield, they'll be a little bit more efficient at it. 3 levels more efficient. And then also we'll be able to build some better mines of our own. Maybe I should go ahead and do some research into the warheads next. Because that is a really good strategy in this game that I've found in the past, and even in this playthrough, is letting them break their offenses up against your defenses. Because, you know, you can just fairly cheaply, comparatively cheaply, for what it costs to, in the time especially, that it takes to build up a huge offensive force of your own, you can just build up all kinds of defenses on your planets and their warp points, just huge amounts of defense, and then they can break their offenses on your stuff, and then over time it just wears them down. You know, their economy suffers for all the ships that they build and the time it takes them to build them, and they can just keep breaking against your defenses, and then you just, over time, you just build up your own offensive force, and then just go, and when it becomes obvious that they no longer have the capacity to keep up with you, financially, technologically, you can just smash them at will, basically. I mean, obviously, they can do the same thing to you, so that's what you have to be careful of. You have to wait long enough to get your technology far enough ahead of theirs to significantly impact it. So, a lot more battles going on there. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of movement going on in that particular conflict. And we've got big mothership. Alright, Revenge, you're coming down here. Our friend the Dreadnought. How's the Breaker doing? Still healing up. Very slowly. Satellite transport is inbound. My strategy here, I'm going to go ahead and kill another turn, that's what the plan was, is that I've got those two great big fighter carriers, and all the fighters are way out of date, but there's a lot of fighters on both of those ships. So what I was thinking I was going to do is, once we've broken through that minefield, I was going to send through the fighter carriers and just let loose all those fighters, and then just send them at the planets. Because, you know, even when they're outdated, just huge swarms of fighters can devastate a planet and the ships and the defenses and stuff. And if my memory serves, the fighters aren't affected by mines or anything like that, so it's a pretty easy way to just wipe out colony after colony without really risking your ships too much. Of course, if they have a really big defense force on the other side, that could be problematic, but that's what the victims are for. To see what is there, first and foremost. I'll probably go ahead and try and stick to the 30-ish, 30-40 minute episodes, and I'll go ahead and stop this one here pretty quick, and then I'll pick up in the next one, and we'll go ahead and start working on our... Ooh, we just went up another level in temporal tech. Yes! Plasma and torpedo tech, too. That's good. We can finally get some space yard ships that'll be really effective And next turn we should get our next level of mine technology, and we can start working on all that stuff. So that is stuff looking up. And we've got another one of these over here. Our Dreadnought class ship is, our first one is built over here, so we're going to have to go send our, you know, if they don't want to make good with us, then we'll have to, as I said about the other one, we'll have to send our new friend here to go communicate with them in a meaningful and pointed manner. So I think that'll wrap things up for this particular episode. Let's go ahead and check technology. Let's see, so temporal tech, we went up one. I'm very tempted to just leave that there, just because, you know, getting the space yard facilities, you get those things leveled up really high, and damned if you can't, you can just pump ships out so fast. I mean, you have to be careful because of your economy, but that's why I like to have such a stable and powerful economy from the start. It makes you a little bit more vulnerable, well, it can make you very vulnerable early game, but later on, you know, once you've started putting up some of those really big colonies that are just packed full of resource production, it just gives you one hell of an advantage, especially once you have you know, or different empires, rather, kingdom, you know, different factions fighting up against each other. Okay, one of our ships, for some reason, is way the hell over here. Star Blazer 2. Loaded up with satellites. I do not know how it got over there, but okay. Well, let's be a little bit of a nuisance and go just drop these somewhere where it will be a pain in the ass to these guys, because I think we're going to be declaring war on them pretty soon. That was odd. Did I make a sensory satellite here? Apparently not. So that'll be something else too, moving forward, is getting some of these locations a little bit weird. I guess that was down here because I didn't have any. But where did I build it? Sensory satellites can be very useful sometimes. So that'll be the end of this episode. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, Diddy. Bye-bye.